呪術廻戦
Okay, let's read chapter 220 of Jujutsu Kaisen, Jijo Jibaku. There's a double meaning to this title here. This literally means self-purification, self-binding. But Jijo Jibaku, the phrase means being caught in one's own trap. It's a different kanji there. This is like, that would be like cord, self-binding. But this, we get a Jijo meaning self-purification. I think that's supposed to be a play on words. Again, this literally means self-purification, self-restraint, self-binding. But the words Jijo Jibaku means getting caught in one's own trap. So we're seeing the Hell Cube here. We're seeing this Kogane readout on, this is Geto Suguru name. This is the current colony. And the number of points, 309. So anyway, let's go. The previous chapter ended with Sukuna maybe knocking out Tsukimi or doing something, and that cryptic closure with Ushiguro. Okay. So we see Geto / Kenjaku. Kogane, Ruru Tsuika. So Kogane, rule appendage. So he wants to add a rule, append a rule. Shimetsu Kaiyu no shinki player no sanka o uchi kitte kure. Boy. Like new players, adding new players to the Death Annihilation adding new players to the Death Annihilation rotating game, do the favor of like severing it. Uchikire. Yeah, stop, discontinue, close. So do the favor of discontinuing, closing the addition, sanka, or the participation. Yeah, the participation of like new players for the Death Annihilation rotating game. And shinki. Yeah, it's just new players. Okay. Kyoka saremashita. So rejection was done. So rejected. Ruru nana ni teishou shimasu. It does violation of Rule 7. Rule 7 is the one that has to do with the continuation of the game. So in other words, no rule rules need to like make sure the game continues. Yeah, collision. It does conflict collision with Rule 7. And again, kyoka is to be kyaka. Yeah, rejection, dismissal. Okay, so there's the Kogane. Notice his Kogane has got, anyway. So wa ikanai yo. As for that way, it's no good. Like, that's no good. Kyoka saremashita. Rejection was done. Ruru nana ni teishou shimasu. It does conflict with Rule 7, so it just repeats what it says. Okay, all right. I meant to say also, this is going to be really annoying because it's a lot of Kenjaku, blah, 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 blah. Nihon ni wa tengen ga jurei no hassei fukusei to. Okay, so as for in Japan, tengen, cursed energy or cursed spirits, like production yokusei, control. Tengen's, I guess, like, Hase is like outbreak or production, right? Yeah. Outbreak, springing forth, occurrence. As for in Japan, Tengen, the control outbreak of cursed spirits, Hojo Kantoku Yaku no Kekka Jutsu no Seido o Sokoage suru tame amata no shogai ga aru. Okay. Where to even start with this? I guess we'll just start at this top. Hojo. Assistance? Hojo Kantoku. Okay, so the role of supervision, assistance, or support supervision of the magical barrier technique of Seido. Precision or accuracy. Soko age suru tame. Soko age suru? Raising the standard. Okay, so for the purposes of doing a raising of the standard of the precision and accuracy of the magical barrier technique of the role of supervisory assistance, okay, that amata, like several, many, yeah, many, several, a bunch of shogai exist. And we get a little thing here. Shogai is, wait, isn't that, no, what is, kiyoi. Okay, pure. So this is like pure sacred ground. Okay, it's not that, because it's not jogai. No, it is jogai. Okay, it's a really tiny jogai ga aru. Yori sugureta kekkai. Okay, so jogai is like a pure world. So if we take this, like, meaning like magical barrier, kekkai, this is like a pure barrier or something like that. A sacred ground, a pure land. These exist. Many of these shogai exist for the purposes of raising the standard of the accuracy or the precision of the magical barriers of the role of supervisory assistance. Okay. And I guess Tengen, in order to like control the outbreak of cursed spirits, that's what these things are. There's many of these pure barriers, whatever. And again, these jogai are called kekkai, which are magical barriers that are sugureta, surpassing. They are excellent magical barriers, or surpassing magical barriers. So they're even better magical barriers. Okay. Sono nakade, like amongst those, kaname to naru yotsu no jogai. There are 4 jogai. 4, we're just going to call them jogai. Or sacred grounds. We'll call them sacred grounds to make them sound fancier. There are 4 sacred grounds that become kaname, which are like cornerstones or keystones amongst all those barriers. So there's 4 of them. And presumably this page then is going to tell us the 4 kaname tonaru yotsu, the 4 whatever. So what do we got here? Oh, and I'm not going to bother with this. These are just locations. Right, Oyama. What is this? I recognize some of these. Right, yeah, that's Lake Biwa. There's Lake Biwa. So there's magical barriers all over. But again, 4 are kaname. Kokyo o chushin to shita shogai. So the magical barrier at the center of the kokyo. The kokyo is the imperial palace, I believe. Yeah, the Imperial Palace. Okay. Tokyo Sento 候補地だった高専地下構成具の紹介. So again, the sacred ground of the burial star palace, Death Star Palace. This is the thing that's under the technical school. Yeah, underneath the technical school, that was Kohochi. I guess chosen, the site chosen for the Tokyo Sento. What's the Sento? Oh, relocation of the capital. Oh, okay. Interesting. So relocation of Tokyo. Anyway, again, the sacred ground, the super magical barrier of the Death Star Palace. This was like where Tengen was or whatever. Or where the whole thing with the that older story with Tojo and all that stuff happened. Again, that's beneath the technical school. That was the apparently proposed site for the capital relocation. Kyoto, that would be Kyoto. Yamakuni no Misasagi Jokai. There's, again, the sacred ground in Kyoto of Yamakuni no Misasagi. Misasagi. Oh, the Imperial Mausoleum. Okay, so the Imperial Mausoleum, Imperial Emperor's Tomb in Yamakuni. そしてここ and this place. 日本の東西に分断する巨大城外. The giant sacred ground, the giant super magical barrier that does partitioning, bundan. Yeah, dividing into parts. Japan, east and west. So this place, the giant magical barrier, super magical barrier, the giant sacred ground that does division of Japan into east and west, which is Hidare Zanjogai. So the sacred ground, Hidare Zan, which is mountain Hidare, which is flying something spirit. Hidare. Okay, well, I'm thinking Hidare is just a name. It is literally flying. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Hida is a name. The Da is a dappled gray horse. So flying horse, spirit, mountain. And again, that Jogai, which apparently is a cave and looks less like a mountain. But anyway. Oh, okay. And there is Kenjaku / Geto down there. There's his Kogane. Shimatsukai wa kono tengen ga tsukutta jogai o besu ni tsukurareta bonkai da. Now we got another type of kai. This is not also going to be a word. Don't see that bone very often. Sanskrit purity Buddhist. Okay. So, all right, well, we got another explanation here. Jogai yori sugureta kekkai. Okay. A magical barrier that's even excels over the sacred grounds, the super barriers. So, Kekai, Jogai, and then Bongai, or Bonkai. Kekai, Jokai, Bonkai, apparently. Anyway, again, as the Death Annihilation rotating game, this Tengen made Sacred Ground as a base, like as a base of operations, or as a foundation, made Bonkai. So as for the Death Annihilation rotating game, Tengen is the one that wait. As for the Death Annihilation rotating game, this Tengen, it's a Bonkai, the really great barrier that was made as a foundation for the Jogai that Tengen made, I guess. Yeah, okay. As for the Death Annihilation, no. The Death Annihilation rotating game is the Bonkai that was made as a foundation for the Jogai that Tengen made. Okay. Yeah, Death Annihilation rotating game is a Bonkai, which is the higher, the better, the best, or at least the best one that we know of at this point. That was made as a foundation for the Jogai, the middle tier, that Tengen made. What any of that means, like who F knows. Hey. I guess that's the Kogane. Anyway. Shimetsu Kayu no Game Master wa dare mo nai. As for the game master of the Death Annihilation rotating game, it's nobody. Nobody is the game master. And this is Kanrisha or something, which is just going to be like commander or implementer, the manager. He says game master because it sounds cooler. Daga, but nobody is the master. No one's controlling the game. Daga, however, 強いて言えば、私でも小金でもなく天元だったんだよ。However, strongly if I'm able to say it strongly, even me, not being a controller, it was Tengen. Even me, like, not being a controller, it was Tengen. Okay? もちろん, of course, 私が勝手に仕立て上げたんだけどね. But of course, I'm the one that randomly or freely shitate, to make stand up. Shitate ageru. To be made out to be. Of course, I'm the one that, of my own will, randomly, freely, made it out that way. Okay, so I guess what he's saying is like, I'm not sure why, like, if I can say it strongly, but even I am not the master. It's Tengen, but of course, like, I'm the one that, of my own will or freely, randomly, made it out that way. Okay. Shibuya Jihen. It's funny, he calls it the Shibuya Jihen. Shibuya Jihen no ato. After the Shibuya incident, Yatsuga, that guy, presumably meaning Tengen, Yatsuga korera no joukai o toki hanateba shimetsu kayu wa owari. Okay, so after the Shibuya incident, that guy, these Jogai, these sacred grounds, if dissolving and releasing, as for the Death Annihilation rotating game, it's the finish. Like it would be over. Toki hanare, to liberate or to set free. After the incident, that guy, Tengen, if releasing or liberating these sacred grounds, as for the Death Annihilation rotating game, it'd be over. Watashi no omowaku wa subete suihou ni kishita n da. And as for my omowaku, my expectations, predictions, or forecast, everything into a water cannon would have been returned. All right, this is clearly some sort of expression. Suihou, to come to nothing. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's not cannon hole, it's bubbles. Awa. Water bubbles. So water bubbles, foam, which also apparently has a second meaning of nothing. So returning to nothing, meaning like it would all come to nothing. So again, interesting. So he's saying if after the incident, Tengen had done releasing whatever that means of these sacred grounds, the Death Annihilation rotating game would have been done, and all of his expectations would have come to nothing, would have returned to foam. Okay, interesting. Daga, however, これらの状態がなければ、脈々と続いた呪霊との戦いや、結界術のノウハウを1000年前からやり直すことになる。Okay. However, these jogai, sacred grounds, if not existing, myaku. Yeah, myaku is like pulse. Continuous. This is a little bit weird. Myaku means continuous or unbroken, and Suzuita means to be continuous. So like unceasing and continuous cursed spirits fighting with cursed spirits unceasingly and unbrokenly. The magical barrier technique know-how, like I guess whatever, from 1,000 years ago, doing over event it becomes yari naosu. Yeah, so yari naosu is to do over again, to start over again. Okay. However, these these sacred grounds, if they didn't exist, it becomes the event of doing over from 1,000 years ago, the know-how of magical barrier technique and fighting with cursed spirits continuously and unceasingly. Okay. I don't understand why that's the case, but there you go. 多くの人間が死ぬだろう. Lots of humans will die, probably. Or lots of humans would have died, probably. If he's talking about like what might have happened, which seems to be what he's doing here. Yatsu wa, as for that guy, again, Tengen. Yatsu wa kaketanda. Yeah, as for that guy, he gambled. Tengen gambled. Watashi de wa naku, karera ga katsu koto ni. Like not me, those guys winning on that event. So as for that guy, as for Tengen, he gambled on the event of those guys winning and not me. So again, those guys is presumably everyone else. Sate, well then, zu. その天元は今私の手中にある. Well then, as for that Tengen, like existing inside my hands now. Okay, so Tengen's back. Does he have him as like a summoned spirit or something? Is this what this means or something? I don't know what's going on here. Shuchu. Yeah, in one's hands or in one's control. As for that Tengen, existing like in my control now. その上界を張った張本人だ。These or this sacred ground affixing like creator, master, 張本人. Yeah, originator, perpetrator. It is. So he's saying Tengen. Tengen is the perpetrator, the originator that created, affixed these sacred grounds. The Jolkai. 破壊することはたやすい. As for the event of doing destruction, simple. So it'll be simple to destroy them. Because presumably he's saying Tengen's in his hands, under his control, whatever. Kogane ruru tsuika. So he says it again. Kogane, rule appendage. Shimetsu Kaiu no shinki player no sanka o uchi kitte kure. Same request as before. Do the favor of banning the addition, the participation of new players in the Death Annihilation rotating game. Samo nakareba. Samo nakareba. If not becoming Samo. So otherwise, if not so, kono joukai o hakai shi will do destruction of this sacred ground, of the Joukai. Shimetsu kaiu o kyosei shuryo saseru, and will make completion of the control of the Death Annihilation rotating game. Oh, compulsory. We'll make the compulsory completion of the Death Annihilation rotating game. Okay, so he is hold on a second. I want to mute this. Oh crap, where is it? I need to put this on a button. Oh right. Wrong thing. All right, sorry. Basically, we'll make a force a closure of the Death Annihilation rotating game. So he's blackmailing here. All right. Ruru nanani. So rule 7 to that. So right, the Kogane is like stuttering, trying to say that it does conflict with rule 7. Nan no tsumori da. So that is Tengen. Tengen does appear to be able to talk. What intent? Intent of what? Like, what are you intending to do? Ito teki ni tsukuru no sa bagu o. A bug. Creating a bug. Ito teki ni. Ito teki is on purpose. Creating an intentional bug. どちらを選んでも課せられた永続は叶わない。Whichever direction, even if choose. So if choosing either direction or either option, as for the eternal continuation of whatever, it will not grant. That is being able to levy. As for the eternity, being able to be levied will not grant or will not wish for. Kogane wa yori jizoku kanou na sentaku o suru hazu da. As for the Kogane, jizoku, continuation ability, selection doing ought to do. What is the yori here? I'm not quite sure what the thing is. Okay, wait. Even if does a selection of whichever one. As for eternal selection, being done, being levied or charged. Is this not, it's not suiting? Is that the, or not matching? Yeah, I guess it doesn't match. It will not match. So this is not the coming true of a wish. This is more the not suiting or not matching. Whichever one it, yeah, so whichever one it picks, it's not going to match the eternal continuation that is levied upon the rule or the game. So the kogane, as for the kogane, it ought to do selection of the yori jizoku kano, like the, I guess the most continuation ability, one that's like most going to be mostly continual. Dakara kono ruru henkou wa, and that's why, as for this change of rule, toru, it will pass. It will pass through. Preya ni yoru shimetsu kaiue no ruru tsuika ga okonawaremashita. Okay, so this is what the Kogane has said in the past. Due to a player, rule appendage to the Death Annihilation rotating game has proceeded. So a player has added a rule to the Death Annihilation rotating game. Rule 13. Rule 13. Shimetsu kaiue no sanka o genjiten 2018年11月18日21時9分をもって打ち切る. Okay, so to the Death Annihilation rotating game addition or participation in the Death Annihilation rotating game of at this present moment of time, the year 2018, November 18th, at 2109 minutes, it's forbidden or banned or whatever that was. To stop. Yeah. Doing stopping at this point of new players to the game. So it gives a very specific time. So there you go. Sarani ruru tsuika. And I guess like in addition, rule appendage. So he's going to add another rule. Sarani is like all the more. Yeah. So in addition, all the more, rule appendage, another rule. Geto suguru fushiguro fushiguro megumi himi shiori. Oh, that must be her, that one, the ice lady. Himi shiori o nozoku zen player no shibo o motte shimetsu kaiu o shuryou suru. Sa mo nakareba. Okay, so what he's saying here, adding another rule that Geto Suguru, Megumi Fushiguro, and Shiori Himi, or whatever her name is, accepting them, excluding them, player deaths, all the more Death Annihilation rotating game do completion. So end the game, do completion, do ending of the game when the deaths of all players excepting for those people. And again, sama nakareba. If you don't do that, okay, this time he doesn't have to threaten. So basically he's blackmailing again. Reia ni yoru shimetsu kaiue no ruru tsuika ga okonawaremashita. So again, due to a player, to the Death Annihilation rotating game, rule appendage has proceeded. Rule 14. Sorry. Rule 14. Okay, we don't even get to see it this time. Oh, wait, no, there it is. So this is the Kogane speaking in the background. And you can see, right? It's pretty much what he said. Geto Suguru Fushiguro Megumi Himishiori o Nozoku, excepting those three people. Zen Preya, all players, Shibo Omotte, Shimetsu Kayu o, again, we don't get to see the end of it, but ending Death on Action rotating game at the deaths of all players, excepting those people. なぜこんな回りくどいやり方をする? So Tengen is asking why this sort of 回りくどい way of doing things. 回りくどい sounds like roundabout. 回りくどい. Yeah, circuitous roundabout, indirect. Why this sort of roundabout way of doing things? Shimetsu Kaiju wo owaraseru koto ga jouken nara? If it's the incident, jouken nara, or the circumstances, the conditions, if it's conditions, the event of making end the Death on Action rotating game, この状態を問答無用で消し去ればよかったじゃないか? Oh, this is Tengen still talking. Basically, if it's a condition or circumstance of making end the game, if you want to make the end game, this sacred ground, 問答無用, I guess like without a problem. Mondo muyo. There's no arguing about it. Yeah. If erase and make go away, that would be good, wouldn't it? Basically, if you just want to end the game, there's no argument here. Like you would just erase this barrier, right? Player no zenmetsu wo waza jouken ni morikomu ryu wa? So that's still Tengen. As for the reason for whatever a condition, expressly the complete annihilation of the players, question mark? Morikomu. Yeah. As for the reason for incorporating as a condition or a circumstance expressly the whatever. Interesting. In the English, they erased both of these. Anyway. Neither of these is in the English. Only this bubble is here. Shibari no kanke de ne. It's it's related to the binding, you know? It's related to binding, you know? 私自身が死滅回遊の狩猟に疑念を抱いてはいけないんだ. I myself, so it's related to binding. I myself, the completion of the Death on Ocean rotating game, ginen. Yeah, doubt. As for embracing doubt, or like harboring doubt towards the completion of the Death on Action rotating game, for me, myself, it cannot go. Like, that cannot be. I can't have any doubts about the completion of the Death on Action rotating game, I guess. Idaku is to embrace, or again, like to hold in the arms. Yeah, to harbor. So I think that works. Yeah, he's basically saying, like, I myself can't be harboring any doubts about the ending of the game. And it's related to binding. それでは, as for with that, Tengen to no to no doka no narashi ni tsukatta kyokai ga 冷えたしまうからね. As for with that, the like a customization of transformation with Tengen, Kyokai, boundary going will go away. So Kyokai is just boundary. Yeah. Because you know, it would be the vanishing of the magical barriers for like the customization and like merger, the absorption with Tengen. Okay. All right. So they've come upon somebody. Kuku. これはスクナの手土産に持っていくよ。いいね. So presumably this is Kenjaku Geto saying this, laughing and saying, as for this, presumably talking about this, as for this, is it okay? Is it okay if I go and take this as a hand souvenir for Sukuna? Temiyage? Yeah, a present brought by a visitor. Okay. So basically, is it okay if I take this as a gift, a present for Sukuna? So presumably he's talking about like, who knows? This was probably some ancient something. It looks kind of like Tengen. At least the hat does, right? And but it looks like they're dead. Anyway, so he wants to take this as a gift or whatever. Actually, right, it's got eyes like Tengen does. So maybe, is that Tengen's old body or something? All right. Well, anyway. So presumably this is Tengen responding, yes, meaning it's okay if you take it. 上階の構成に問題はない. As for a problem to the construction of the Jogai, the sacred ground, it does not exist. Meaning like it's not a problem for the Jogai. But Kosei is just the composition, the construction, organization. All right. Switching scenes. Where are we with this chapter? One. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, this is going to take another 45 minutes. I was afraid of this. Okay, there's Wee Wee, and I guess that's Maki. So, これで、賢弱は少なたち以外のプレイヤーを一掃すれば、死滅回遊を終わらせることができると? Okay. With this, as for Kenjaku, outside of Sukuna and everyone, players, if do cleaning up, Iso, yeah, if do a clean sweep, if do a purging, the event of making finish the Death Annihilation rotating game, it's possible. And to meaning like, is that what it means? Is that what they say? So they've all heard about the rules edition, right? Because their Kokane would all tell them. So he's saying, Wee Wee is saying with this, meaning the addition of these rules. It means this, question mark? おそらくそれがどうかを条件だったんだろうな. So Maki is responding, maybe that thing, like this condition, maybe that thing, merger absorption condition it was, maybe, perhaps. Shimpuru ni narimashita ne. It's become simple, hasn't it? もうごちゃごちゃと考えながら戦う必要はない. No longer gocha gocha, like getting jumbled up while thinking fighting necessity does not exist. So as for a necessity to fight while jumbling up thoughts, it's not necessary. So you don't need to do that anymore. You don't need to fight while like thinking too hard about it. Yeah. 賢弱と宿儺たちを倒せば私たちの勝ちだ. Kenjaku and Sukuna and everyone, if take out. So if we take out them, it's our victory. 簡単に言いますね. Saying it towards easiness or towards simplicity. Like you say it easily. 五条悟を殺すと言ってるようなものでしょ? It's a thing in the manner of saying, like, killing Gojo, right? Yeah, like you're saying it simply, but it's a thing like saying to kill Gojo. その五条悟が復活するんだよ. And that Gojo Satoru will do revival. So like we're doing revival, Fukatsu, of that Gojo. Restoration comeback. Okay. すまないね. Sorry, 私の反転術式ではこれが限界だった. Okay, so we're switching, seeing someone's being treated here, right? Syringes, bloody rags, and they're saying, sorry, my reverse technique, as for with that, this is the limit, or this was the limit. So that basically, sorry, that's the most I could do with my reverse technique. And they use reverse technique for healing, so presumably. Oh, okay, so this is probably trying to heal Angel or Kurusu. いや、本来なら即死していた. This is Angel inside Kurusu saying, no, if it were like original, 本来? Or like by all rights, if it were that, we'd be dead. Sokushi. Yeah, it would be instant death. So presumably this is what happened to Kurusu. We saw, right, Sukuna inside Megumi bites into her, rips off the wings, and then like threw her away. Kucha! So this must have been what happened to her. We sort of, right, it fades into a black background, meaning like flashback. Kucha-cha. So it's her falling down, breaking things. Goron roll. Amai-kun ga jutsu shiki de uketomete kureta koto to. Through the event of having done the favor of receiving stopping through curse technique from Amai-kun. I don't even remember who this is anymore. Oh, this is the sugar dude, the guy that has the Amai. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Amai-kun using technique did the favor of like stopping that event. So I guess like stop the death. これは確実ではないのだが. And as for that, as for being certain, it isn't. It's certainly not being certain, but takaba kare ga soba ni ite kureta koto ga ooki ki ga suru. Yeah, so like, and as for that, like, while I can't be certain, or certainty doesn't exist, but Takaba, this guy, him existing nearby, or him being like neighboring or nearby, doing that favor of that event, it was a big kigasuru. It was big. I guess it was big, and then kigasuru, like I have a hunch. I have a hunch that him being nearby was big. Okay. Anyway, so there we go. Now remember, Kurusu is the one that can free Gojo. Presumably. Sasoku de moshiwake nai. So here's Okotsu. We haven't seen him for a while. Okay, so being fast, being speedy, excuse does not exist. So basically he's prefacing what he's about to say, like, I'm sorry for being so fast with this, but hongo no hoshin no tame ni kikitai koto ga aru. Hongo is just like the next. Yeah, from here on, from now on's hoshin, direction? Objective. Yeah. For the purposes of the objective from here on, wanting to ask event exists. So basically, sorry to do this so fast, but in order to move things forward, or for the purposes of the objective moving forward, there's something I need to ask you. Kurusu-san wa mou sentou ni sanka dekiru joutai de wa nai. This is the doctor saying, as for Ms. Kurusu, no longer towards fighting, participation being possible condition not existing, or is not. So she's not in a condition to be able to participate in fighting any longer. That's not what he wants. Tenshi, angel, kimi wa sukuna no you ni hoka no ningen ni nori utsuru koto wa kanou ka? Yeah, so angel, as for you, in the manner of sukuna, into other people, other humans, transferring event as for that is it possible. So basically, can you transfer into other people like Sukuna did? Nori utsusu is to change, to possess, to transfer. Okay. This is Angel replying, Ketsuron kara iu muri da. From Ketsuron, speaking from Ketsuron, it's impossible. Ketsuron is not theory. Speaking from conclusion? Ketsuron. Speaking from Ketsuron, it's impossible. Okay, well, there you go. He's saying murida is impossible. Watashi o fukume, naze oku no inishie no jutsushi tachi ga kenjaku no sasoi ni notta ka toyu to? Dare mo shigo jubutsu ni naru hoho nante shiranakatta kara da. Okay. So, including me, why many initiate? Ancient? Yeah, I guess it's just an old word for ancient. This is normally furui. Why many of the ancient sorcerers, including me, towards the invitation of Kenjaku, I guess like accepted, asked for that sort of a thing. The thing called accepting the invitation, writing on the invitation of Kenjaku, of many ancient sorcerers, including me, nobody into a post-death cursed object becoming method or whatever didn't know. That's why. Okay. The event called accepting the invitation of Kenjaku that so many ancient sorcerers accepted, including me, was because nobody knew a method or whatever of becoming a cursed object after death. Okay, presumably there is some benefit of having that happen. それは今も同じ. As for that, even now, it's the same. だが, however, 打点は違った. Daten. The Daten was different. Daten is the Sukuna. The fallen angel. The Datenshi. Yeah. We talked before about this. And the kanji there is Sukuna. Yatsuwa, as for that guy, meaning Sukuna, Ichiro Kiken shita dakede, through only doing experience once, tsukanda no daro, like, I guess, like, learned? Tsukamu, or schemed? No, tsukamu. Yeah, grasped, caught hold of. That guy figured it out with just doing it once. Or through just the experience of having it done once. Figured it out, grasped hold of it, probably. Mizukara no tamashi o jibutsu toshite kiriwakeru houhou o. Yeah, the method for dividing as a cursed object one's own soul. Kiriwakeru is just to split up. Yeah, to cut up into two, or to cut up into pieces. How to split up. So again, as for that guy, Sukuna, through only doing the experience one time, figured it out probably, the method for splitting up for the purposes of a cursed object, one's own soul. じゃあ, well then, 私の仕事は五条悟の封印を解くまでだ. Okay, so Kurusu is saying, yes. As for our work, so presumably that's her and Angel. As for our work, it's up until the dissolving of the seal of Gojo Satoru. Megumi wa, as for Megumi, so she wants to know about Fushiguro being possessed by Sukuna. Megumi wa do naru no. As for Megumi, how become? So what will happen to Megumi? Remember, she has a thing for him. Okay. 俺はずっと俺が嫌いだった. All right, we're switching scenes, I guess, to Amae here. As for me, continuously, me detestable was. So basically, like, I always hated myself. いつも自分より強い奴らの顔色を伺って、伺う? Gao. That ukagao is to peep, examine, to await. Always from oneself, or more than oneself, peeping or peeking at, examining the face color of strong guys. Aoiro. The complexion, the countenance, expression. Okay. I used to hate myself a lot. I always used to hate myself. Always more than myself, more than oneself, peeking at, examining the expression, the countenance of strong guys, more than myself. Okay. Are dayo. It's that thing, you know. Rizumu game mitai ni, like a rhythm game, tsune ni taimingu o mi hakarate. I guess like me watching out for the timing continuously in like a rhythm game. Mi hakara. Yeah. To choose at one's own discretion. choosing at one's own discretion the timing continuously, like a rhythm game. Okay, he's using this as an analogy, and we're seeing like a dance type game here. Genius! 256 combo. 相手の気持ちのいい言葉を吐くんだ. Like spitting up words, good mood words of the partner or the other person. 相手 can usually mean opponent, but it can also mean like another, like a partner or another person. So, yeah, so good words of like good mood of a partner spitting up, meaning like, yeah. 俺にはそういうクズの才能があったんだ. As for to me, that sort of genius scum existed. Scum of or talent of scum. I had that sort of talent of a scummy talent. Talent of scum. But again, basically to spit up words that were like good mood words, basically like, oh, you're so wonderful, that sort of, usually what, oh, never mind. Let's move on. あの後, after that, あいつらにボコボコにされた. Yo, I'd be boko boko by those guys. Which is just like pummeled. Yeah. Burbling. Be made towards burbling. Really, in this case, be made wholly full of holes by those guys. Oh, yeah. Viciously beating. That's what we want. There's also a fourth meaning over here. I'd be viciously beaten by those guys. Okay. Tolls and da. It's natural. It's natural. It's a matter of course. Itadori ni bibitte zenin hotte nigechatta kara na. It's only natural. I guess like being scared of Itadori. Like I guess like leaving all personnel, meaning like leaving everyone behind and ran away. That's why. Because I ran away, leaving everyone, and was like trembling at Itadori. Okay, so this is Amai. He's talking to Itadori, I guess. Shimetsu Kaiju mechakucha bibitta. Death Annihilation rotating game, crazy scared. So like I was trembling crazily because of the Death Annihilation rotating game. These are, remember this guy was like the spotter for these two. This is the helicopter dude and the other flying lady with the air manipulator. Amaya was the spotter for them. Anyway. それでも俺はクズの才能で強いやつの手下についた. So he was saying I was crazy scared because of the game. Even so, as for me, because of his genius of scum, his scum genius, he attached himself as an underling, subordinate to strong people. So there's them. He's still talking here. Kawatakatta. Oh, sorry. Kawaritakatta. I wanted to change. Wanted to change. あの時 お前についていって一緒に戦いたかった. That time to you, I guess going and following together and wanted to fight. でも俺には勇気がない. But answer to me, courage does not exist. So basically, I wanted to change. At that time, I wanted to follow and go together and fight with you guys, but I had no courage. 違うか? Is it different? 俺にないのは, as for the thing not existing in me, プライドなのかもしれない. Maybe it's not, maybe it's pride. Like maybe what I don't have is pride. So he's like, I didn't have courage. Well, maybe that's not it. Maybe what I don't have is pride. ごめん、話終わり. Sorry, story end. That's all I have to say. とにかく謝りたかったんだ. In any case, wanted to apologize. お前がどんなやつかと、どんなやつかとか正直知らん. So Itadori responds and says, you, what sort of a person or whatever, speaking frankly, don't know. So I honestly don't know what kind of person you are, but 俺には甘えが行動した事実と結果だけがある. As for to me, Amae, having done operating, reality and I guess results only exist. There's only the results and like reality of what you did, of Amae, what you did. Amae no okage de Kurusu ga tasukatta. Thanks to Amae, Kurusu was saved. Okay, so that's going back to this whole thing about whatever he was able to do here is what, and maybe him too, but that's what allowed her to still be alive. Arigato. Mada ore tachi wa makete nai. Thank you. Still, as for us, I guess like not losing. Like we still haven't lost. Thank you. We still haven't lost. Mate yo, kita zo. Wait, heard. Omae no naka ni mo sukuna wa inai daro? Tatakaen no ka? As for inside you, no longer as for Sukuna existing, right? So Sukuna is no longer inside of you, right? Can you fight? Are you able to fight? 関係ない。もともとあいつに協力してもらったことなんてないしな。Relationship does not exist. So, like that has nothing to do with it. All the more by that guy, originally from that guy. Yeah, originally from the start, by that guy, cooperation, doing and receiving event or whatever, not existing. So basically, I never got any cooperation or assistance from that guy from the start. Ieiri-san, that's the doctor's name, Ieiri. Dr. Ieiri ga itteta, she said it. Ima no are wa sukunaっていう重力に引き出された呪物みたいなもんだって。それに。Okay, so Iria said it. As for me now, through the cursed energy called Sukuna, submerged cursed object like that thing am. That's what she said. So she said, I'm a thing like a cursed object submerged in cursed energy called Sukuna. That's what I am right now. Hitasu. Yeah, to be soaked, to be drenched. Soreni, in addition. Okay, we're almost there. 4 more pages. あいつを殺すためなら何でも食ってやる. That guy, killing purposes if anything will will eat. So I'll eat anything if it'll kill that guy, or if it's for the purposes of killing that guy. And Aitsu is presumably Sukuna. So I don't know if they're talking about him eating something else here, but we'll see. Okay. Hey, all right. There's Choso. There's what's his name? Electric dude. There's the witch lady. You can kind of see people. That's what's his name? Hakari or whatever. There's Wee Maki Okotsu. Can't remember her. Oh, there's a Tolge or whatever his name is. Anyone else? I'm not quite sure who that is. Maybe. Anyway. Okay. Ikutsuka an ga aru. Some amount of plans exist. Some plans exist. Fushiguro o tasukeru hoho da. Methods for saving or helping Fushiguro. Boku mo demo. I also, but I mean, like, I've got ideas, plans too, but どの道、どの道、スクナを戦闘不能にまで追い込んでからではないと話にならないんだろどの道 like whatever the path, whichever way, until to the point of to the point of like inability to fight of Sukuna, chasing. 読んでからでないと話にならない right? Okay, I guess like it does not become a story, meaning like there's nothing we can do about it unless if we corner him to the point where Sukuna can't fight. Whatever the path is, whichever the path, blah, blah, blah. So oikomu is to like corner, to drive into the wall, that type of a thing. Karate naito. Yeah, basically if we're not doing that, then it's like a non-starter. We can't talk about it. So kind of a double negative, meaning we must do this. Right? Daro? Yuji koreo. So Yuji, this thing. Korewa, as for this thing, like what is this? That is Mitsu, secret. Or no, it's just he, but it's still secret. I always get those mixed up. That's the he. Anyway, okay. 獄門橋裏とともに託されたつくもの残した魂の研究記録だ。Oh, okay. The Hellgate prison back door, together with whatever Tsukumo's bequeathed soul research records. Okay, so this is takusareta. Entrusted. Okay, so it's the research records of souls bequeathed from Tsukumo, who was entrusted together with the back gate of the hell prison. This is the thing that the Gokumonkyo is the thing that Gojo is trapped in, sealed in. The Ura is the back gate. That is how they're going to get him out, theoretically. 何か役に立つかもしれない? Something useful, maybe. Something might be useful. ありがとう. Thank you. いいんだ. It's good. 違う。兄弟たちのこと. It's different. Brothers event of brothers. ありがとう. いいんだ. It's different. Event of brothers. Like, I guess, like I'm talking about your brothers. It's fine. It's good. お前の中で生きられるのならそれで. Through, like, inside you, being able to live, if that's it, then that's it. So if they're able to live inside you, like, that's fine. Okay. Oh, that was the doctor in one of these things. Oh, and this is Hakari's. Yeah. That was that guy's buddy. And I guess then no. Shoot, the doctor wasn't in this one. Okay. Anyway. All right. 育てる強く里やつらを. So I guess we're getting a flashback. 育てる is to raise or bring up, like to educate, to raise, to bring up, like children or students. So doing that, I'm doing this. Sorateru, strong Satoi people. Satoi, in this case. Oops. Oh, toi. Smart, discerning. So like I'm training, raising up, bringing up strong, discerning people. もう誰も一人にさせない. No longer nobody in isolation will make. Basically, I won't allow anyone to be alone. Okay, I guess that's Gojo. It's kind of a flashback. 実はお前らどっちかのことを愛してた. All right, somebody is talking here. It looks like it's going to be the doctor. It looks like it's going to be the doctor. As for the truth, you guys, which one, the event of which one doing love. Basically, I loved one of you guys. Dochika no koto. Which one was doing love? Okay. なんてことは、戦士がひっくり返ってもないけどさ。As for whatever the event, heaven and earth, even if like upending or flipping them over, it wasn't that. Right? Okay. Hikuri. Being overturned. Yeah. Hikuri kayasu is being like turned inside out, whatever. So, heaven and earth, even if they were flipped inside out, like it wasn't. No, nai. Nante koto wa. Okay, I'm not sure then how to take nante koto wa. Okay. So, as for whatever the event, heaven and earth, I guess like it would have happened even if heaven and earth had been flipped over. Whatever. Okay. I'm honestly, 私がいいだろ私がいいだろ何が一人だバカ野郎 So presumably this is her thinking here. Me existing, right? Like I was there, right? What is alone? What is solitude, you idiot? Okay, so she's more talking about this. Like, I'm not going to let anyone be alone. So, like, I was there, right? Who or what is alone? You idiot. Okay, so she's talking to you. Gojo. Mo ujairu zo. Already prowling. Uja is to like prowl or loiter around. Swarms. Already in swarms. Omae no kaeri o matteru bakemono domo ga. Monsters who are awaiting your return. So there's already swarms of monsters awaiting your return. Oh, there's Panda. Small Panda. Who else have we got? I think there's what's his name too. All right. Okay. Kaette koi, Gojo. Come back, Gojo. There we go. That is the end of the chapter. Whew. Yep, about an hour and a half. I knew it was going to suck like this, man. Ningen, human experimentation. Buy some cigarettes. Maerudo 7. That's a type of cigarette, right? Ima wa Mebiusu desu. Gokaku. I normally don't bother with this, but I'm mildly intrigued. Success? Okay, whatever. Ho ho ho. All right, that was 220. Way too long and way too flapping the gums, but that's just par for the course for this story at this point. Okay, 220. Next time, 221. We'll see what happens next time.